What's up guys, welcome to First Aid. A lot of the times we have been giving presentations and we have also been listening to presentations as well. However, most of the times or sometimes we're not actually interested in a presentation at all, and sometimes when we are giving presentation people are not interested into listening to what we are saying. So in this video I thought I'll share with you the ways that you can give a world-class and a masterclass presentation. Let's start. Rule number 1, establish similarity with your audience. So for example, you're out over there at a company and you're giving them a presentation, for example, being like a sales representative. The first thing is establish similarity or relatability with your audience. It can be by mentioning names of people you know in the organization and your experiences with them. Or it can be by mentioning your own experience with the company if you've been working over there in the past. When you take names of people who are already working in the organization, you establish that similarity that people and the audience that is listening to you, they feel that you're part of them, and then they're going to be more involved into listening to you. So this is rule number 1. Rule number 2, you have to be funny during the presentation, especially during the start. A lot of people who are listening to your presentation have left their work and are over there to listen to what you have to offer. So start off with a joke. Start off with a funny picture, a funny video, a funny meme, and something that makes people laugh. When you're going to be able to do that, people are going to develop interest towards you. Because obviously a funny person or a person full of humor is more attractive than a person who is just giving a monotonous presentation. So start off funny, start off with a joke, it always helps. Rule number 3, start your presentation with a good quotation as well as a video. Again, this goes up with the first one, that after you start off with being funny and humorous, you come up with a quotation that's inspiring. That develops people and their interest into what you have to offer. I remember one of my professors, she used to share a good quotation before her 1-hour-long lecture. And these quotations would come after every 10 minutes during the lecture, and that would keep us involved into what she has to teach us. So do use quotations, you can use videos, you can use images, use a lot of images in order to convey yourself. That definitely maintains the interest of the audience. Try to convey your message through images, because people like to see and people don't like to read or listen. So when your images are good, you're using animations in your presentation, people do definitely, you are definitely able to get attention of your audience. Rule number 4, be confident during your presentation. Read what you have to offer the previous night or the previous few days so that you're fluent in it. Stand straight and move along in the room. So for example, just don't stand at one place. You have to use your hands, you have to use your face, you have to use your legs, and keep on moving, make different gestures. It always keeps your audience interested in you instead of staying monotonously at a place. And people do definitely lose interest in a person who's not moving, not using his hands, or just being absolutely lazy. Rule number 5, during your presentation, try using the word we, not I. Because I conveys like individuality. It conveys that you're the boss. But while during the presentation, you're trying to convey your message to a team of people or an audience. So always try to use words like we and try to encourage teamwork. And that definitely keeps your audience involved, that you're talking about your audience and not just yourself. The next rule is try to look good. Looking good is very important. You have to dress good, you have to have a necktie, you have to have a coat, you have to have your shoes polished, you have to have your beard trimmed, or if you don't have a beard, you have to be clean shaved, you have to have a decent, nice, good, clean, sharp looking haircut. All of these things matter a lot. People like to see someone in front of them who is disciplined, who's clean, who's looking beautiful, attractive, and as compared to a person who's lazy, who's not looking clean, who's not looking beautiful. So if you're looking good, you can definitely attract the attention of your people. One of the other rules that I always use during my presentation is that I practice in front of a camera. So it might be the entire presentation, or it might be the first 10 or 15 minutes of my presentation. The way it helps me is that I can see myself, how I'm looking. Sometimes we're making facial expressions that do not look good, so I can just improve on those facial expressions as well. Sometimes my neck is not straight, so I can straighten it up. Sometimes I'm not smiling, so I can smile. Sometimes I am not opening my eyes wide enough, so I can correct that as well. So do take out some time and record yourself in front of a camera, and even better than that is that if you have a friend, give him your presentation the first 5 and 10 minutes and ask him to improve yourself. It really helps, and it's going to bring out the best from you during your presentation. The last rule that I like to see is that I like to watch videos about people who are presenting, about great people who are presenting. So it might be Steve Jobs, you might listen to Mark Zuckerberg, you might listen to other CEOs and tech company heads or bank heads who are giving presentations, and how they keep their audience involved. A lot of times you're going to learn a lot of stuff from their presentations. You might learn a joke from their presentation and that you might share it in your own presentation, or the way they walk, the way they move their hands, the way they are modest and honest in their speech that all helps and can help you give a very good presentation. So this was about how to give a world-class or masterclass presentation. I hope it helped you, and do subscribe to my channel if you like what I post, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.